Hello, today is February the 24th, 2021, and I'm reading on Erik Prince. He's been on my mind and just kind of hanging out in the back corner, of my mind since the insurrection, because that is totally his game. And so I want to ask and put the question again about his connection, any activity that he may have had, and how involved was he, and will this come out? So that is what I'm looking at asking Spirit, is if Erik Prince had anything to do with this insurrection, what degree of involvement, how heavy was he involved, and will this ever be exposed, and will he be held to account? So he was the founder of Blackwater, which is now owned by somebody else, and called something else. I will put in the description box links to Blackwater and the things that he's connected to, so that if you're not as familiar with him, or you need to refamiliarize yourself, such as I, I'll put it in there. And I do apologize. I have taken my antihistamine, but it is a beautiful day here. It really is, but lots of pollen. And so I'm a little scratchy yet. My apologies. Okay, so I ask the Creator, my ancestors and other spiritual mentors, to help me in my reading, to guide me to read clearly and accurately and thoughtfully. And I give thanks. And I give thanks to the Spirit Palo Santo that I used here and the other herbs to cleanse and clear the space. And so I ask, what do we need to know about any possible involvement? And again, my readings are all alleged for entertainment purposes only. About Erik Prince and this insurrection. And what does the universe want us to know or understand? If he was involved, will he be revealed as such? Will he be revealed as someone that was more involved, to whatever degree he was? If you can dig what I'm laying down, because my brain is not fully on, y'all, which is kind of good, because I'm kind of still kind of in that in-between state. So, let's see, Erik Prince. What's his, if any, involvement in this insurrection, and will he be exposed for any such activity or whatever degree of involvement he might possibly have? So I'm asking if Erik Prince has any connection to the insurrection on January 6th. And I'm just going to let the universe tell us what we need to know about this subject. Okay. And he was the founder of Blackwater. which is now called something else and been sold to someone else, but he's a pretty shady dude. He is also a Gemini, so we would be looking for possibly a King of Swords to represent him. And his sister is Betsy DeVos. She happens to be a Capricorn, so she would be a Pentacle. And Prince would be a Sword. So did Erik Prince have anything to do with this insurrection? And will he be exposed and held to account the way he should be? Okay, let's take a look. Tower. I'm going to say that's a yes. But I think there were some things that went really wrong that he was not anticipating happening. Yes, the Des. And I think the Des of let me wind that back. He is connected. Not surprisingly. Looking to topple. This is very coup-like looking cards. So he definitely wanted to bring some terror, and he knew how to do it. And I actually think that I just got the sense that he actually wanted to take anyone who was wounded or hurt or killed and use that to their advantage. Especially if it was police. In other words, I'm feeling like he actually wanted that because he really wanted it to be effectively intimidating. That's what came to me. But what's happening is it's continuing. It didn't just stay isolated. It has continued to ripple out in its effect in a deadly way. There's been policemen that have taken their lives, Capitol policemen that did. I tend to think that these were people that I'm going to look at that too. I tend to think those that did so not because they were necessarily involved at all, but because they weren't. And this, I think, was too much for them, where that's concerned. Okay. The Ace of Pentacles. Falling there with that Seven of Swords. This is that spying stuff. This is that, reconnaissance is the word that just came into my head. Pardon me. With that ace. He was watching it. And I feel like directing. It. Or directing somebody. A certain group of people that were involved. It was meant to be shocking. It was meant to have fatalities, which is really sad. here is the King of Pentacles. And we're talking about a male that wanted to expand. Is this Trump? I think quite possibly, but I feel like this is more speaking, regardless of who it is about expanding one's hold or one's influence over a greater number. This was done to try and help, to help him to deal with the legal aspect that he didn't win. This is them trying to stop the steal, quote unquote. I feel like this King of Pentacles, I feel like is the person that came up with that or was promoting that slogan. I have to see whoever that is and see if that matches up, but it just came to me. This could still be Erik Prince. I have to look up and see what his moon is in. If it is an earth sign, it could definitely still be him. But I feel like it was the common purpose was to create terror and shock and trauma. Okay. So he has a Pisces moon. And again, I'm going to put some of these. I found some cool links on him, Erik Prince, so I'll put them in the description box once again. One of the sources I got was, I checked the date on it, and this person had originally done his chart 10 years ago. And their insight, now looking back over actually 11 years ago, is truly kind of eerie. So anyway, I don't believe that this is Erik. I believe this is more to the point of somebody that works to expand. I mean, this could be any one of those knuckleheads that are doing his dirty work, that are, I think, isn't Ted an earth sign? Let me just check that. So just looking, yeah, like for example, this could even be possibly Ted Cruz, I don't know, but it's definitely, darn it, I missed the bin. This definitely is an earth sign. And they're looking, and they were looking and have been looking to help Trump and to help him expand his hold. Like that, and to overstep the rules. These people are helping him because of the rules. They don't like the rules. He has an apathy. He does not care. very cold individual. He feels that regard to the insurrection, this is the help connecting people, I feel like, and communicating, I feel like, with them in regard to what they were doing to help them to manifest it and do better. So I do believe he gave his assistance to this effort. Yes, definitely. So that those that were going to actually physically be there would have some greater chance of success. So yes, he absolutely shared tips and did his little part as far as what they could anticipate. He advised, definitely, he advised how to cause the damage that they did. But as a result, it's kind of a backhanded favor, because this is going to, I feel like I just got from the cards, at the end of the day, we're going to end up improving our government. So, and it's not to make excuses or sound woo-woo, but really, we're going to undergo significant change. And with this kind of thing, eventually, we're going to get a better government that doesn't, I don't believe, as long as they are democratic, I think, going to do this again. There will be changes made. I feel like Erik is trying to shield and protect people that he knows were more involved. Feet on the ground kind of thing. This could even be one of the more active men that day that was actively looking, definitely, to do this for Trump's benefit, but doesn't want any of it to stick on him. So that when there is some kind of investigation and it expands, that he's untouchable. It's like chess. It's strategic. And I see here, yeah, he definitely assisted. And they wouldn't have done, it wouldn't have been as destructive as it was, or as effective, quote unquote, or as, I just feel like he was helping them here, guiding them. I believe somebody may have contacted him, and he responded in giving them direction and advice. This last line is interesting, because we have a card of apathy at the very end here. That's what immediately jumps out to me. And then the Two of Swords and this Four of Cups isn't moving. It is talking about a stillness. I almost feel like he's trying to be still and kind of hold his breath, because I feel that as the investigation lights swing around, he doesn't want to get caught up. But I believe that there are some things that he can't stop, and one of them will be a deeper look, a more, yes, a deeper investigation. Maybe because of the assistance or help of a male here. Could it be that this male that's calling for something greater? I feel like an investigation here. This could be this could even be a Democrat calling, or more than likely, because the Republicans won't call, check themselves. So I feel like there will be a call by this man here, this King of Pentacles. Perhaps he's whoever is heading that kind of office. I think to look into Erik Prince. This is an expansion of an investigation, and to who helped and had that kind of knowledge, certain training. And again, this echoes training skills. I see, so further investigation. I feel like he kind of has to remain still. He can't be moving around, traveling about. And that help, yes. And they will be finding who was asking for help, what was the response, and he's just going to have to endure it. And if there's something that he's not anticipating, I think he's thought that he's got himself pretty well covered, but not quite. Something here, I just feel that he's not anticipating that may be very significant as a breadcrumb of involvement, or as proof, if you will. Okay, we get the Hangman, and that again is falling here under, I feel like another man's call for investigation, or for something to go more deeply into looking into that insurrection, and something to do with Erik Prince. Yeah. This is looking at, when we go vertically here, the expansion, yes, to look into the behind the scenes of that insurrection. Who were in cahoots with each other, who was helping who. Yeah, this is the call that they put out that was echoed by officials and was being echoed by supporters of Trump and this whole fascist thing that he wants to regime, that he wants to install in America. Yeah, there's a different perspective that comes through investigation into partnerships, intimate or otherwise, and we're looking at, again, a tiered, my feeling is, populace that are involved. You have officials, you have your common folks, and then you have people that have special training, etc., that were working together. And certainly some more so than others. I don't think everybody was invited to the same information, but I think that certain cliques within that mess that went there on the 6th, I do believe there's certainly cohorts, it just feels like it, of all different, levels. Suspension. Instability, up and down. Yeah, balance. And definitely we'll have the law. I feel like coming to check him out, check out his details back to front. And this really even, says, yes, he did have involvement. They just need to look at this from another angle and expand their investigation into him. And I believe that he will get caught up as somebody that is involved. As they delve, they'll discover that. And the world and the 10 of Pentacles. This is like the ball of wax of people that were involved. His family and families that were involved in this that are well known. Variety of generations of people. And like I said, of various stations, as they used to say, of life. That will continue. Finding the people that were involved, legally holding them to account. Even though they want to go up and down and try and shake any connection or accountability, the law looks really tenacious to me in this one, like a crocodile that's knows its target and is going to see it through to the end. And because it is a 10, and this is the world, we're talking about the end of a cycle, and I believe also wrapping up, holding people to account, for sure, with that end of a cycle, legally, about what they were doing. Here are secrets. And when you go back over them, when they go back over the details, they're going to catch that there's something that there's a gap, or that there's missing, or that there's information that's kind of distorted, or it's, I don't know, feels, suspicious. I can't talk. Suspicious. It feels like, what is this? It intrigues them. So I think they will go back over details of people that were involved and who they're linked to and who they were chatting. What were they chatting about, I think he will get pulled into that. I do. This is that bully, that intimidation, the whole energy that they came into the Capitol with, in the spotlight with the star, and putting it into the spotlight of what they wanted to do. Gosh, and then the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Wands. he totally was involved in this and helped them to understand how to set up this situation so that they were able to get away with what they did. It's just that simple. He's one of them, definitely. And wanting, in particularly, to create a situation, a setup where the Capitol Police would be overwhelmed, and so they're going to blame intelligence, making intelligence have a black eye. They want to give intelligence so much a black eye, this Trump crowd. They're very keen to do that. And I just think you better watch out, because you mess with the bull, you get the horns. Intelligence has a way. You know, it's foolish to mess with them, and these guys are going to find out, I think. So I believe, yes, Erik Prince absolutely did have something to do with it. And I think we'll be finding out more and more as time goes on. I'll see you in the next video. Oh, if you haven't, please do like and subscribe. Thank you.